Would you believe me if I tell you that this knight is able to checkmate the white king here? We start by moving the king here. This king is in jail, so the only moves white can do is push their pawns. Now remember to always put your king on this square. Your friend is forced to push a pawn and you keep moving your king. He pushes? Easy. Move the king again. Don't worry, this knight is just getting ready to enter fight mode. He pushes again, only move. I'm sure you guessed the next move. Simple. Move the king and waste a tempo. But when he pushes, everything changes. Action the knight. It's hard to believe, but this square is the only move that allows black to checkmate. But now, the king can move to try and escape on this square. But we don't let this happen, making sure we control these three squares. He pushes a pawn, again hoping for a draw. But now, you're gonna put this king in zugzwang, starting with this check. He is forced to this square, and all you have to do to force him to move his pawns is move your king. This poor king has no squares, so he pushes. Check. King moves, again trying to escape, but we create a spider web around him and make sure he doesn't get out of jail. So he goes back. I kind of feel sorry for this king, but we have to stay focused and get the job done. You can checkmate in 4 moves here. Try to find it. I think the first move is the hardest to find because we usually focus on this knight. But here, this king move is a killer. King a7, the knight goes the opposite way, the king goes back, and the trick here is this knight move, creating a zugzwang again, controlling this square. Your friend is forced to push the pawn, and now... finish him! Checkmate! Have you ever checkmated your opponent's king with your own king? Remember this, the first thing you have to do with white is make sure this king is stuck all the way here on this square. I'm sure you saw the first move. Check. The king is forced to go here. Now activate your full army. Check. We are getting closer to our goal, but now we usually totally mess it up, giving another check. Do you see the mess this creates? Now the king can escape this way. Please stop giving checks whenever you see one. Do you remember our goal? We want the king stuck on the a8 square, and the only way to do it is to not let him escape by moving your king, controlling these 3 squares. Remember, your king in endgames is a powerful weapon. King a7. Now push the pawn, controlling this square. And mission accomplished. The king is on the corner. Step number 2. Bring your bishop on the same diagonal as the enemy king. He moves. Now waste a tempo. He goes back. And now, how do you checkmate in 2 moves? You push. He takes, and taking back with your king creates a discovery checkmate.